Toyota may have just figured out how to make the RAV4 look expensive without turning it into a full luxury SUV, because this 2027 Toyota RAV4 has a completely different attitude. Cleaner, lower, more premium. And from some angles, it almost looks like Toyota accidentally built a smaller Lexus. But the design isn't even the most interesting part, because underneath it, the latest RAV4 formula has already changed in a very big way. Toyota has not released the full 2027 RAV4 specifications yet, but the 6th generation RAV4 is already here for 2026. That means we have a very strong idea of what Toyota could carry into the next model year. And if this is where the design is heading, the RAV4 could become much harder to ignore. Start with the front.
The old RAV4 was never exactly soft looking, but this version feels much cleaner and more modern. The headlights are slim and sharp, with a bright LED signature stretching toward the Toyota badge. Instead of a giant grille taking over the entire front, the upper section is much more controlled. That gives the nose a wider and more expensive look. Then you have the vertical lighting elements lower in the bumper, the dark lower intake, and the silver trim underneath. Nothing feels too busy. And that's important because Toyota doesn't need to make the RAV4 look crazy. It just needs to make it look more expensive than people expect. And that metallic teal paint definitely helps. It has enough color to stand out, but it still looks classy. Pair it with the dark windows, black trim, and those large multi-spoke wheels, and the whole SUV suddenly feels more like a premium crossover. The red brake calipers also add a small sporty touch without making the car look like it's trying too hard. The side profile is interesting because Toyota hasn't thrown away the practical shape that made the RAV4 successful. The roofline is still fairly upright, the doors are large, there's plenty of glass, and the rear doesn't slope down so aggressively that it destroys cargo space. But the details are much smoother. The wheel arches feel more integrated into the body, the door surfaces are cleaner, and the window line gives it a slightly more upscale look. There's also a panoramic glass roof, which makes the cabin feel more open and gives the exterior a more premium appearance. Then you reach the back.
And this may be the strongest part of the whole design. The taillights are connected by a thin red light bar running across the rear, with larger lighting sections wrapping around the corners. The rear window is dark and wide. The spoiler sits neatly above it, and the Toyota badge is placed right in the center. Lower down, the bumper gets a sporty black section that makes the RAV4 look wider and more planted. It's simple, but it doesn't look cheap. That's the difference. Toyota seems to be moving away from the idea that a practical compact SUV has to look basic, and the cabin follows the same idea. Inside, the 2027 RAV4 feels much more serious. The first thing you notice is how horizontal everything looks. There's a wide digital display set up across the dashboard, with a clean black finish and very few unnecessary shapes. The center screen sits high where it's easy to see, while the driver gets a digital gauge display directly behind the steering wheel. The latest 2026 RAV4 already comes with a standard 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, while higher versions can get a 12.9-inch multimedia touchscreen. Toyota also offers wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So if Toyota carries that technology into 2027, the RAV4 shouldn't just look more modern, it should actually feel more modern to use. I also like that this interior doesn't try to hide every control inside the touchscreen. You still have physical knobs for basic climate settings. There's a normal gear selector, there's a large center console, and there appears to be plenty of storage between the front seats. That may sound boring, but in a vehicle people use every single day, boring can actually be good. You want controls that make sense.
You want somewhere to put your phone. You want cup holders that don't require a tutorial. And you want enough space for passengers without turning the dashboard into a giant tablet. The seats also look much more premium than what people normally expect from a compact Toyota SUV. You get black upholstery with detailed stitching and perforated sections, plus a more sculpted shape for the front seats. The rear bench continues the same design and includes a folding center armrest with cup holders. It's still clearly built for 5 people, but it feels less like basic transportation and more like a place you'd actually enjoy spending a few hours. But now we get to the part that really matters. What's going under the hood? Toyota made a huge change with the 6th generation RAV4. In the US, the latest model moved to an electrified lineup with hybrid and plug-in hybrid powertrains rather than relying on the old conventional gasoline-only setup.
The regular hybrid can produce 226 combined horsepower with front-wheel drive or 236 horsepower with all-wheel drive, and that combination makes a lot of sense for this car. You're not buying a RAV4 because you want to beat sports cars at a traffic light. You want enough power to merge easily, enough efficiency to make commuting cheaper, and enough traction to handle bad weather. And efficiency is where the regular hybrid gets very interesting. Toyota rates certain 2026 RAV4 versions at up to an estimated 47 miles per gallon city and 40 highway. That's the kind of number that changes how often you think about fuel stops. But if you want serious power, there's another option. The latest RAV4 plug-in hybrid produces 324 combined horsepower, and Toyota says it can hit 60 miles per hour in just 5.4 seconds. That's genuinely quick for a family crossover. Even better, the SE plug-in hybrid is rated for up to 54 miles of electric-only driving. So for shorter daily trips, some owners could potentially do a large part of their driving without using the gasoline engine at all. And when the battery gets low, you're still driving a hybrid. That's what makes a plug-in setup interesting for people who like electric driving but don't want to depend completely on charging. Toyota has also pushed the RAV4 much further on technology. The current generation introduces Toyota Safety Sense 4.0, along with available features like traffic jam assist, advanced park, a head-up display, and even a 1500-watt AC outlet, depending on the version. And there's still real utility here. Toyota lists up to 37.8 cubic feet of cargo capacity behind the rear seats, while properly equipped versions can tow as much as 3,500 pounds. So despite the cleaner styling and more expensive-looking cabin, this still needs to work like a RAV4. And that's probably the most important thing Toyota can get right. Because here's the problem with moving a mainstream SUV up market. Push it too far and suddenly the price starts getting dangerously close to actual luxury brands. Add the big wheels. Add the panoramic roof, add the huge display, add the premium seats, add the plug-in hybrid system, and suddenly your sensible Toyota isn't so cheap anymore. So the real test for the 2027 RAV4 won't simply be whether it looks better. It will be whether Toyota can give buyers that premium feeling without losing the value that made the RAV4 so popular in the first place. And if they can, then this could be one of the smartest upgrades in the compact SUV market. You get the practical 5-seat layout, you get strong fuel economy, you can get all-wheel drive, you can even get a 324 horsepower plug-in hybrid, and now you get a design that doesn't look like the safe choice anymore. The RAV4 used to be the SUV you bought because it made sense. This 2027 version could be the one you buy because you actually want it, and that is a much bigger change than a new set of headlights. Subscribe for more upcoming cars like this.